Hi! How is everyone? What have you guys been doing today? What have you guys been doing? Do you know what I forgot to do? Yesterday, I forgot to put the 2 videos I rendered of playing Kerbal yesterday on YouTube, so I will get around to that after the stream. Might be a little bit of a backlog for a little bit, so that's fine. I'm sure I'll probably schedule to have them released during the night tonight. Because obviously we're playing Kerbal again. We're playing Kerbal again. I have loaded up the game already, and I've already taken out stuff for a test flight. So we've got our J102 over here. This has Jebediah and Valentina. They're gonna stay in there, and this plane is gonna stay here for like this stream. Because one of the things I want to do is I want to get the infrastructure to come around and get these Kerbals out and turn this whole thing off. I still really like it. Actually, I'm not sure whether I like this more with the silver or whether I like it with the white. I'm not sure yet. I took a few screenshots after the stream yesterday, in case people haven't seen them, because they will appear in the background here. Hold on. They are in the Discord, Kerbal screenshots. There's 2 in particular that I really like. I really like this one, because it reminds me of that image that we were looking at a lot yesterday, of the same plane, so I really like that one. And I really like... Where's the one where they're side by side? This one. I really like that. I think that looks really cool. So both of those are going to be desktops. Also, Discount has given me a thumbs up. Also, I really like the fact that I did a flyover and one of the ones is there. But anyway, that's beside the point. I just wanted to show those off a little bit at the beginning of the stream, because if you didn't see them, they're in the Discord and so forth. So anyway, this is going to stay here for a little bit. I have changed a few things about the plane. I've changed the angle of the rear landing gear just so that it goes down, it runs true down the runway. So now we've got a slight camber. Is it positive or negative? I can never remember. I think it's negative camber when it goes out away and positive camber when it comes in. It might be the other way around. Hold on, let me Google that. Camber. No. Positive camber. So... Positive camber... Is positive camber the one that comes in, or... I can never remember. Which one is positive camber? Hey, Discount, do you know which one positive camber is? Is positive camber when you're going into the car, and negative camber is when you're going out, right? I think that's right. Anyway, I'm just looking it up. Yeah, negative camber is when the wheels are going out. I could also do toe in and toe out as well. But anyway, the reason why I've done that, that's one of the changes I made with the plane yesterday. I've added a little bit of negative camber just to make it when it's on the runway, it runs in a straight line instead of veering lazily off to the left. There is a few issues in flight with the roll, and I think that's the angle of these wings here. I don't want to change too much though, without really thinking about it. So we're actually going to do a full long flight. I'm going to take notes. Not with this plane. This plane's staying here. I'm going to take notes. We're going to go out to the desert runway. Where's my notebook? That's a notebook. This is the full one, right? I've got a page left. I may as well use that then. So I'm going to take notes from my notebook. And, yes, I have like one spare page. So, so this is the jetliner. Fine tuning notes. So that during long duration flight, we can figure out where the issues are and maybe potentially figure out ways to fix them. Hey, Cyan, how's it going, my dude? This is potentially where I might need help from chat a little bit, like some small ideas, just fine-tuning and things like that. I think I prefer the non-silver fuselage. I think I do as well. I think I prefer the white fuselage. I do like the screenshot though of the two side by side. Let's see if I can find this. Hold on. Let's see if I can find the screenshot. I'll show it properly. Because it is part of my background stuff now. So this occasionally will come on in the background. I do like this shot with them side by side, but yeah, I think I prefer the white fuselage. It's kind of a shame. I was kind of hoping that the silver would be better, but I don't think Kerbal does very well with the chrome coverings, does it? Because especially when it's in the dark, it just looks jet black. It's just a void of nothing. I think the way to make the chrome look better is add fashion lighting to shine lights onto the chrome so that the light bounces off it when it's nighttime. Which we could do that today. We could add lighting and things like that to the craft. But like I said, I want to do a long duration flight first. I want to take loads of notes and figure out what we need to change. And then we'll implement the changes and then we'll do a few more. Actually, we're not going to do that. No, we'll do the long duration flight last. We'll do some, we'll just do some like flybys. We'll fly out over the ocean or something and like come around, just do a big loop and land. I never played it enough to get hard mode. Wait, what's this? Is this in Terraria? Devour the gods like 20 times or so, beaten him 3 times, so yeah. You're making me want to try out Terraria, because I was watching bits of your gameplay the other night. I think you were speaking a lot in Dutch, because I couldn't understand what was going on, but I liked the gameplay quite a lot. The last time I played it was 2015, so I presume it's changed. I know I didn't like it when I first played it. I know I really didn't like it. It actually freaked me out a little bit. I think I would really get along with it again. I think I could. So I might play that at some point. We might play that. It switches mode. I'm playing Calamity mod, which makes it even worse. I see. Interesting. Okay. Well, anyway, I might play it at some point. I knew the game you liked it when you first played it, you didn't understand. Got you. I got this close, but ran out of propelled hell to run along and died. Uh-oh. Prepped hell? I don't know. My head is pounding. Right, let's go and, so like I said, I don't want to recover this today. So let's just go straight back to the Space Center. Well, I don't want to recover that yet because I want to also build, something else that I want to build today is, I want to build infrastructure so that we can get the Kerbals on and off the plane. Yeah. And I'm not sure if it's a good idea to have like one specific one for every single aircraft that we... Do you know what? This can be deleted. This revision 1. Which one? What was the difference between revision... Oh, it was the engines. Because originally we had the Juno engines on, didn't we? Got you. Well, I think we can delete this version now as well, because I'm not that bothered about the Juno engines. I think just having the bigger engines on the back, these Wheezies are better. But yeah, no, as you can see here, I have changed the... I have changed the plane so that it is all white now. I really like the ground surface equipment. The sound of ground surface equipment. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make... I would like this to be a sort of plane that I never have to recover, right? So basically, what do I need for that? Well, we need to refuel it. We can design something to refuel it. And we need to... yeah, we need to refuel it, and we also need to have the ability to put the Kerbals on and off. We've already got the bus, right? So we can launch Kerbals using the bus to drive them out to the plane or whatever. We've got Transporter 1 here. All right, so we can get the Kerbals on a bus that we need to get onto the plane. And then they can board using this bus, you know? And then instead of just this plane, I think in career mode will be used mainly it'll be used mainly as transport to get Kerbals to and from the desert complex. So then I'm never just loading Kerbals automatically at the desert complex at all, right? I never want to just like say put this on the runway at the desert complex. So we could basically have Kerbals that are stationed over at the desert complex and stuff. Which I think could be pretty fun. Although, we'll see today how long the flight to the desert takes, because if it takes too long, we might not be doing it all the time, but still, it's still a fun little idea that I've got in my head. It's just pretty interesting. Although, the issue that I do have with that is if I'm launching from the desert, I need Kerbals to launch from the desert, we need a way of getting the Kerbals on the... I love how Bill is going to be flying this. Well, I suppose he's an engineer, so he's got to figure out what's going on. So yeah, as you can see here, I have added a slight dab of negative camber to those wheels at the back, the landing gear. Something else I've changed from yesterday. Oh, I fixed the Avalon so that they work correctly. Something that I was thinking about, I think the rear pitch Avalon needs to have an authority limiter of 20%, but we'll figure that out. Something else that I have noticed when I've just been messing around with it yesterday and this morning is it likes to automatically roll over. Why is it sliding? I'm very confused. As to why it's doing this. Is it... Right, okay. So... there's obviously an issue somewhere, because it shouldn't be just dancing around like that. It's still moving. Friction control at the front, maybe? No? Magically moving. Yeah, I don't understand this. Is this to do with the camber, maybe? Like, because I've put in negative camber? Is that something? Self-rotating plane. I guess it's the landing gear. Brakes are on. Can we turn the brakes off? Does it do that then? Oh, it starts to roll then. Huh. I'm very confused as to why that's happening. Landing legs, gears have always been a thing in KSP. Yeah, landing gear, landing legs have always been like, they've always done this, right? Where it just slides. Maybe we need like, what's it like off the runway? Well, here, let's take off the brake and we'll line it up on the runway here. Let's spool up. Whoa! I guess it doesn't like to be spooling up with the brakes engaged. It runs true off the runway, so that's okay. It's just irritating. I'm not quite sure how we could fix that. I need to move my joystick. Rip. Yeah, so at the moment we've got this on 15 degrees. I am... Right, I'll tell you what. Let's spin this. Let's turn this thing around, and then we'll do some low altitude tests to figure out what our stall rate is. If it parks on the grass, it's only on the runway for takeoff landing, might be something we can live with. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it would be parking out on the grass anyway. Right, let's add all the flaps. Slow this thing right down. See if we can figure out what the stall rate is. Oof. That's stalling. Low authority limiter. It's not stalling now. I definitely need the authority limiter of the... Okay, so that's 50 meters a second by the looks of it. That's actually quite a high stall rate. It's not as good as I was hoping. I'm curious to know how that's handling, if that's like gradually turning. Right, let's look again. Low altitude stall rate, we're at 100 meters. We're at 73 meters a second. 70, we're still kind of gliding. I think 60 was, I'm struggling now. I'm struggling to keep it level. 60, 50, 55, sorry, 53. Yeah, so it's about 53 meters a second is the stall rate on this thing at low altitude. So really for landing, we want to be landing about 80 meters a second. This is our landing speed, touchdown speed. Have thrust reversers? Probably not. I don't have them set up, no. Ooh, this is a bit hot. Bounce! Whoa! Okay, that was a power slide as well. So that tells me the brakes are too high. So let's lower these down to 60%. No, they probably didn't have thrust reversers on the plane. It's quite an old... It's a 1948 plane, so... Right, let's just park it up here, see if it... shifts lazily to the left. Yeah, it is. It's sliding there as well. I don't understand why it's doing this. Is the other one doing it? Let's go and have a look. Shut down some of the engines. I am actually kind of interested to see whether this could fly with one engine as well. Planes are weird. It's not planes, it's landing gears and Kerbal. Unity doesn't like the landing gear. Yeah, Unity doesn't like the landing gear colliding with the surfaces. It's fine when it's running down the runway, though. I'm gonna try and take off with one engine in a minute. Did they add the ground anchor yet? I don't know. Were they going to do that? We might have to have a look. So if they've got a ground anchor... if there's a ground anchor, then that might be how we do this. I don't know how that works. Maybe like something that... So that one doesn't seem to be moving, so I'm wondering if it's the camber that has altered this. It is moving, look. Well, that's bogus. Okay, so a ground anchor. Right, well let's continue on with this. So what did we learn? So we learned that I need to increase the authority limiter at least up to 20%. Start writing down some notes while I'm cruising out to the runway. Also, I love the fact that I've only just realized that these control surfaces are called FAT. Okay. I don't play stock, but I know it was on the cards, but not on the last update. Okay. Oh, okay. Maybe they haven't added a ground anchor. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'm just taxiing down the runway right now. Actually, when we're lazily turning to the left there, and I don't know why. Seems okay now. Now we're lazily going to the right. I don't have any input in. Uh-oh, don't fall off the runway, plane. That's fine. All aeroplanes turn around on the runway like that, right? That's how all aeroplanes do. Okay, we shouldn't need the full length of the runway, so I'm gonna just put the brakes on here and we'll just hold for a second just while I can finish writing what I want. Okay, so issue on slow taxi plane veers to the left? Question marks. I'm not entirely sure what was causing that. sliding issue on parking with gear down. It'd be nice to like figure out maybe if we could like get some chocks or something to stop this from happening. Okay, so this is a single engine takeoff test. We'll see how it goes. So I've only got one engine active right now. We'll see if we can get up to V2. We actually need to figure out what V1 and V2 and stuff is. Oh, I know why it's veering lazily to the left at the moment. Because we've only got one engine on. I'm an idiot. That's why it's veering lazily to the left, look. Because we've only got one engine on. Okay, that's fine. I forgot that I only had one engine on, yeah. Use it on EVA, just add a strut to tie each wing down after landing. Okay. Best takeoff ever. So it will fly with only one engine, but barely. Activate a second, just to get us above these hills. Yeah, so on two engines, it actually flies okay. Because something I was thinking about was whether or not we could maybe throttle back these engines, but I don't think we need to. Yeah, it looks like the ground anchor was added, so you could use that on EVA and add a strut to tie each wing down after landing. So what do you do you tie the wing down to the floor or something? Well, I mean that's actually a good idea at parking, I guess. We can have an engineer do that. Cruising altitude will be about 8,000 meters, I think. Here, we need trim. So we do need trim for this to not just dive bomb out of the sky. Way. Not that much trim. Alright, a 10-degree inclination slope right now, and that's quite an aggressive climb. Hey Animal, how's it going, my dude? What have you been doing on Kerbal? I've seen you've been playing it as well. I presume that's going to be my fault. Alright, well, it can clear these mountains okay as well, so that's good. Oh, actually, what is our current sea altitude? We're at 7,000. Just messing around. I was wondering if you were also building aircraft. Because I know you quite like building aircraft and stuff, right? Made a jet-powered first stage that puts an upper stage higher to 80 kilometers and then puts itself into a 3,000 by 3,000 kilometer orbit. Last stage is the payload. Interesting. I wondered if you were messing around with planes. So, okay, so an issue that I've noticed, when I have 0 input, it does like to roll over a lot. You see that? It's lazily rolling to the right. Now, okay, so what causes this? So let's have a look. What's causing that to roll? And how can we make this more stable? So I don't have to keep touching the input. Made an aircraft of tiny parts that can just about hit space, and then nose pops up and goes to orbit. Nice. Had to fine-tune the letter. It was not balanced when the tanks became empty and did a tailspin. Yeah, you've really got to watch where you're putting the fuel. Actually, the cruising altitude here is about about 8.5 kilometers, I think. And it seems to be 184 meters a second cruising speed. SSTOs tend to be tail heavy, so hard to make look good and flyable. SSTOs? I can make SSTOs look good. Just put your engines in the middle of an SSTO, and that's what I did with the Albatrosity. Put your engines in the middle instead of at the rear. How can I... Does anyone know how I could stabilize this so it doesn't keep rolling? I guess we can put wing strakes up here. Right? Is the center of lift below the center of mass? Absolutely it is, yes. You can see because the wings are below the center of mass. Center of mass is about here, right? Area of lift is down here. It also changes depending on our angle, right? Angle of pitch. So it wants to be the other way. Maybe tilt the wings upwards. I have tilted these wings upwards. Maybe I could do it with the rear. I think I did though. Yeah, I think maybe we can rotate these, maybe. We'll see. Like, give it more of a V shape. I think Big Wind's pointed more up. Like, can you not see the V shape here? They're curved up. They're curved up. Like, the wingtip is about in line with the top of the craft. Yeah, maybe not. There's definitely a V shape. I mean, we could change it a little bit more, I guess. I am actually now banking over. I want to see its bank rate. Your plane. I mean, we could change it even more, I guess. I think it's these the rear stabilizers at the back that need to be changed, though. I think that's the thing that I want to change. Right, let's go and land this. I'll gotta write that down, actually, animal. So, angle, wings, up, for better T during flight. We can try it. The center of mass does shift back as well as we fly, because I think the fuel in here is not quite aligned with the exact center of mass. So as you burn fuel, the center of mass does move back ever so slightly, but not to the point where it's too far. It doesn't get behind this area of lift, so we can move it. We can alter that a little bit. No, I think you're right, Animal. I think we do need to, like, kind of pull the wings up at a fraction, just to raise that area of lift. And maybe we could, yeah, maybe we can just tweak this a little bit. It's the tail at the back that I wanted to tweak. Also, I really don't get why these point downwards. I really don't understand that. Are these on upside down, maybe? It really confuses me why these yellow lines point down. Right, I'm going to try this under time warp now. I'm not going to touch the controls. We'll see how this handles time warp. 3 times time warp. Yeah, look, it's rolling ever so lazily. And it always seems to be to the left. It is controllable, though, during time warp. Like, I can control it. It always does seem to be lazily to the left. Doesn't have much of a tilt on the wings as I thought. No, it doesn't, but I would imagine that during flight the wings would have been really bendy. So that's how it would become stable. I imagine that's how the stability would work. And now it's not necessarily a matter of keeping it realistic animal, I think. I think at this point it's now making it work in Kerbal, right? So... that was not what I wanted to do right there. Well, that was a good way of dropping altitude. Making it tilt would be more realistic, but I was wrong. No, I think there is quite a bit of a tilt here on these wings, but they would bend during flight, whereas we don't do that in Kerbal. Like, the wings are rigid. It needs to slow down. And I wouldn't be surprised if these, the rear, because these are quite big, so I wouldn't be surprised if they tilt up as well. It was really difficult to see the different parts of the tail, because there weren't really any very good pictures of the tail when we were building it, so I kind of just made it up, and I think the tail is a lot longer than what it is there, so that would also shift the area of lift up a little bit. Just keeping an eye on that airspeed. I had to focus for a moment for landing. Sorry. I realized I went completely silent for that, but that was because I had to focus. I always do for landings. I wanted to make sure I could get like the flaps right and things like that. But yeah, if you look at the level of these wings here, the ground clearance between here and the ground and this part of the ground, it is already in a it's already in a V-shaped configuration. Do you see that, animal? So I'm not sure I can really mess with that anymore without it like making the plane unbalanced. But we can have a go. See if we can tweak it. Okay, so this would be revision 1. That angle looks like the real thing. Yeah, I think what I need to do. So where is our? It's not. So our area of lift is actually more or less aligned, but I think the main issue. Let's get the root part. The main issue is when we pitch. Actually, you know what? When we're pitching, when we're on a downward slope. Huh. Yeah, so it moves around when we're pitching. When we're stabilized, it should actually be okay. Right, we wanted to change this authority limiter to 20 degrees. Save that. If we move that up ever so slightly, is that gonna help balance the plane, I think? And then I also want to just do that. Right, okay. Let's launch it. Yeah, I don't think the angle... I need to change the angle of the wings themselves. I think it's those. I think it's the rear tail. Okay, let me just tick off that. It's doing the lazy veering off the left on the runway again. Look, it's just veering off lazily to the left on the runway. And the camber should have fixed that. Let's get up to altitude, because it was when we were at higher altitude that it was having the issue with rolling over. .30-degree climbing bank right now. Well, I guess we'll do a fly over the ocean. It is banking again. Do you see that? It's just like ever so slightly wanting to roll over. Makes me wonder if there's something on the plane that is unbalancing the whole thing. Oh, it'll be the lunar lander. That's what it is. That's why it's doing it. It's the boarding module. That's what it is. Okay. Right? It's the lander can. It's got to be the lander can. That's causing that roll. Because it is always lazily to the left. The center of mass is not aligned with the, obviously, with the plane. So we need to counterbalance and bring that center of mass into the middle of the plane. That's what we need to do. Okay, that makes sense now. I'm going to actually revert straight back to the space plane. I forgot I put that there. Let's have a look. Is it bang on in the center? Yeah, so it's ever so slightly, look. Ever so slightly off center. That center of mass. It's not by a long way, actually. Which is why it's only a very slight discrepancy. What is this attached to? Oh, come on now. Just have 2 doors. Maybe. Problem is, I'm really not sure. Oops. What I attach this to. Right, where's the center of mass? Because that will have moved that forward. The area of lift. So ideally, I want to bring that area of lift slightly further forward. So that's centralized now with the area of lift, so that's good. It's a shame, because I liked having just one door on one side, but obviously, again, this is a Kerbal issue, I think. More than anything. Okay, that should have fixed the center of mass, so now the center of mass is in the right place. Yeah, no, unfortunately that's a Kerbal issue, because you wouldn't need extra mass for a door on an IRL plane, right? So, that is what it is. It does explain why it was moving lazily to the left, though. Right, let's, are you in here? You're not in that one. Are you in this one? Transfer crew. Could also be that we're controlling from, like, not the quite center line. Okay, that's a big... That's a big climber rate. It's still rolling over ever so slightly. You see that? Like, hands off the controls, and it's just banking over to the left, still. It's still veering lazily off to the left, and that's very confusing as to why that is a thing. Like, one of the engines not performing correctly, maybe? No? No, all the engines are putting out the exact same amount of thrust. So I think we still might need to raise that. Oh, no, because I've added extra mass up here, the area of mass is, the center of mass has probably been raised ever so slightly, so we might just have to tweak the wings so that so it brings up that area of lift. Because if I time warp now again, it's still going to be banking over, right? Yeah. The more I time warp, the worse it gets. I don't understand. I mean, annoyingly, I think Animal might be right here. It's wanting to fly upside down. Maybe if we fly inverted, right? Ooh, steady on now. It won't fly inverted. Loop-de-loop in the jetliner. Oh, we're on fizz warp. Alright, let's raise that tail up again slightly. Oh, we have limited crew control. I want to see if we can pull up out of a steep dive. Yep, engine on, pull up, train. If it would want to fly upside down, it should easily roll over. Yeah. I don't need it to roll over, like, easily, though, that's the thing. We're at stalling rate. That was a tank slapper. Anyway, let's go back to the spaceplane hangar. Stall. Turn. Pull up. Overspeed. Stall. Overspeed. Overstall. Don't think that's how it works. Yes. So yeah, the area, the center of mass has ended up going a little bit higher than what it was before. So let's just raise this up a tick, back a tick. And this one tick that way. Sometimes I fly my jet near the water surface at Mach 1. Doesn't always go well. Or you could do that with my F4 mock-up. It isn't running true down the ground again. There's some like weird input now to the right. Power sliding and lift off the runway. Darth, how's it going? How are you? What have you been streaming, my dude? What have you been streaming? Kerbal, I presume? Presume you came in from Kerbal. Thank you. Welcome in. We're currently working on this plane right now. We designed this yesterday. We're having a little bit of issues with our roll during cruising speeds and stuff. This is designed around the Avro jetliner, 1948. Did we say 1948? It was just an old-timey jet that we decided, passenger crew that I decided to build in Kerbal. Kerbal as well, yeah. Tried to make a RP-1 X-plane. Nice! Not very good with the tools yet. I see. How long have you been playing Kerbal, Duff? It can be finicky work with the KSP tools. Yes. Well, it looks like we might have solved the issue with the rolling. It seems to be flying a lot truer now. Let's just time warp and we'll see. No, it's still banking lazily to the left. I don't understand why it's doing this. Why? Let's get it up to altitude. I'm not putting in the input in the controls right now, and it seems to be okay. I just did a slight little bit of trim on the roll, and that seems to have fixed my issue. Fall in love with the autopilot mod? I see. Oh, you've been playing KSP since 0.2, yeah. Some interesting things with procedural fairings and shaping and stuff that I'm not used to. Fairings can be tricky. The way I've pretty much built the whole fuselage out of fairings here, and that was probably the hardest part of this plane build yesterday, was getting the fairings to cooperate correctly, especially the nose segment. I'm still not 100% happy with the shape because it's kind of a little bit ugly at times, but it's okay. I don't play with mods either, Darth, so this is fully stock. So I'm pretty pleased with the shape of the plane that I was able to do. Show you how? I can show you how I put this together in a minute. But like I said, we're trying to do fine tweaking here. For the most part, I'm purposefully banking over right now. If you're wondering why we're banking over, I'm trying to fine tweak the craft now so that it can do long duration flight without any input from me. Just with like trim control and things like that. What are you tuning? Just basically the stability during long duration flight. Actually, we need to lower the thrust so at cruising altitude. Procedural fairings is from a mod. No procedural fairings, yeah. No, I don't. Well, the idea with this is I had this crazy idea that I don't want to launch Kerbals on a craft from the desert site. So we need to get the Kerbals out to the desert by using, like, this. That's what this passenger plane will be used for. Fly out to the desert, get the Kerbals that need to be launching from the desert site for whatever reason out there, and yeah, and come back as well if we need to recover them from there. That's the idea. Thanks for the follow, my dude. But I'm quite particular with things. We're at 2 times Fizz Warp, and it's really actually quite stable. Can we go to 3 times Fizz Warp? I'm quite particular with things, but I mean, if we're flying all the way out to the desert, we need to be flying at like 4 times Fizz Warp, and it needs to be stable. So that's the issue that we've kind of got now. 3 times Fizz Warp, it's leveling out actually on its own, which is a good sign. Ah, now it's banking lazily to the left, look. Not a good sign. So I'm doing that. I'm trying to bank to the right. Yeah, it'll take a long time with that time warp. Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is, it can fly quite stable with time warp, but it means that I have to micromanage all the controls, and I don't really want to do that. If we're doing one of these flights, I kind of want it to be able to fly stably on its own, so I can, like, interact with chat and stuff, and I don't have to micromanage the thing. Although, that being said, I can multitask this flight right now, but there is a lot of micromanagement and things going on. So that's kind of what we're trying to fine-tune. It's quite difficult. I've never really been able to fine-tune aircraft to this degree before. We might just have to have a compromise. Maybe if we're going at 4 times Fizz Warp, I just need to be focused and flying the craft. How well does SAS help? SAS makes it dive. You really need trimming controls. It's a good chat though, actually. Yeah, you need to be using the trim function in Kerbal to fly the plane. Just any plane in general. I wonder if using a trim on the roll works. Seemed to do the trick, actually. Yeah. Stable now. It's still banking lazily to the left, though. Yeah, I don't think SAS is the key. Okay, so maybe we need to just tweak the angle of attack on the wings just ever so slightly. I think mods have made me too spoiled, hence trying an RP1 playthrough on a non-Earth system, no less. Yeah, you see, I've never really gone into like the mod rabbit hole. I've only ever really played stock, and I've got what, coming up to 3,000 hours in the game now in stock. Wait, steady. I think we figured it out. I think it's okay. I think it is balanced. You just have to play around with the trim a little bit on the roll when you're in 4 times time warp. Yeah, 3,000 plus hours alone. Yeah, I'm not quite to the 3,000 hour mark. You're a coder yourself, so you're just using modding everything. I've seen some of your stuff, Darth. I think. Have you modded for Kerbal? I'm questioning myself now. Nope. Okay, never mind. Someone else then. Someone else I've seen. Never mind. Other than contributions, that is. Okay. Trying to think who I'm thinking of now. I'm not very good with like names and remembering people and stuff, so I get muddled sometimes. My bad. Linux Guru Gamer? Yeah, maybe it could be them. Could be Linux. I know there's a few streamers on Kerbal that do a lot of mods and stuff, right? For Kerbal. I'm not just a Kerbal streamer. I do a lot of variety stuff, so I'm also not very good at fitting in with communities and stuff. Mod a lot of things, so it's not an unusual possibility. Self-flex. What sort of games do you mod for then, Darth? Alright, should we come in for a landing? We're all gamers around here. Well, like, the Kerbal community is one of the best gaming communities ever. I've never known another community quite like it that will quite happily drop in, give advice, chat with each other, talk space, all sorts of stuff, and it's so diverse. And yet there's no, like, there's very little, like, trolly behavior to the point of aggression, right? It's just a bloody lovely community. Space Engineers Rimworlds. Ooh, what mods? Maybe that's where I've seen your name then, is Rimworld mods. What mods have you done for Rimworld? Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Everything else is unpublished, just used for streaming, I see. So, what Rimworld stuff have you done? Maybe that's where I've seen your name. Rimworld has some great mods. Yeah, I know. I've been looking into the Rimworld mods recently because I want to pick up Rimworld and I was thinking of doing a modder run. So that might be where I've seen your name, Darth. Could also be Space Engineers as well, because I was looking at doing a modded playthrough of Space Engineers 2 at some point. For the Rimworld magic. Okay. Interesting. DLCs make the game so different. I don't have the second DLC, the one that just came out. I've got the first one, the one with the... Is it the Kingdom one? I haven't got the Religion one. This plane looks amazing, by the way. Thank you. Took us 4 hours yesterday. So I was able to knock this together in like 4 hours. I'm actually pretty proud. I think this is the nicest plane I've ever designed. It flies the best. I think it looks the nicest as well. I'll show you some of my other planes in a minute. I think my altitude's a little bit too high for a landing. Let's take a bit of that trim away. We have seen the struggles. Yeah, yesterday I was getting a little bit annoyed at the fairings. Because the fairings never do what you want them to do in the editor. Ever. Ever. Are you familiar with the plane design principles? I'm not, which is why I'm asking. Plane design principles. What do you mean? Do you mean like area of lift, center of mass kind of thing? That sort of stuff? Center of mass positioning compared to area of, yeah, lift. I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at it. So the center of lift on this plane is about in the center here. I've got the gear just behind the center of lift, as area of mass, sorry. Lift behind center of mass. Yeah, it's the same way like rocketry works, right? So the way I always imagine it in my head is a dart, throwing a dart at a dartboard, right? You've got the sharp, pointy steel bit at the front, and then you've got the soft, feathery things at the back. Well, with planes, it's very similar, I think. It's a similar kind of process to that. You've got to have the center of mass needs to be ahead of your area of lift. And you can do that in many different ways. It's not necessarily where you put the wings. You can like, I don't know if you can see the angle of these wings. I've angled them slightly differently, and that moves around a lot of the... Dart analogy is a really good one. Yeah, I think it was Daz Valdez that first said that, and I've kind of stole it from him. I like using that dart analogy a lot. It's a dart or an arrow or something like that, you know. Yeah, I think I stole it from Daz. I didn't come up. I'm not smart enough to come up with my own analogies. I have to steal them from other people. So, so yeah, but with aeroplanes, because you've got big wing lifting surfaces, you can do stuff with the lifting surfaces that I just need to focus for a second, just because we're coming in for a landing. About spin stability. Well, right now I'm working on roll stability, right? So that's kind of what I'm trying to learn now. And that is, again, your angle of wings. So Animal made a really good point earlier in the stream. If you've got your area of lift below your center of mass, the plane is constantly wanting to fly upside down. Which actually I thought was a really good point. I use this game to teach your daughter about spacey stuff. It is a great educational tool, absolutely agree. It's taught me pretty much everything I know about space. Or it's taught me the buildy blocks. Right, I'm going to turn off that trim now. I don't need it. Let's add in some flaps. Yeah, Discount plays Kerbal and all sorts of games. Discount's into Kerbal. Discount plays a lot more modded Kerbal than me. Discount's better at Kerbal than me. I'm very slow when it comes to Kerbal. What other games do you play, Discount? You play Stormworks quite a lot, right? It's a good game. I play anything but Kerbal. Yeah, Cyan. Cyan's been playing a lot of Terraria and stuff like that. We need more flaps. I'm way too fast. Let's go max flaps. I'm coming a little bit hot. I'm not focused on the landing. Hold on. Bear with me. Let's spread the butter. Okay. Okay, so what was that all about? Was that the brakes? Oh, the brakes are on 100%. We might want to turn down the brakes on the rear landing gear. I've also got braking on the front as well. They need to be turned off. The touchdown was nice, but the braking was wrong. Okay, so that's something we need to tweak. Let's write that down. Drift maneuver. Landing brakes at 50%. Okay, sorry, I like to write down my notes. Let's revert to the spaceplane hangar. Unless your wheelbase isn't wide enough. I can't really do much about the wheelbase. I do have negative camber on the wheels to help us run straight down the runway. I'm not sure how much that's working though. So let's turn down the brake. Let's go to 50%. That's what it was at before. It just take a while to brake. And I think I want to turn this down as well. Right. What are we going to change? I don't think I wanted to change anything. I think it was flying fairly well, wasn't it? We just had to tweak the our roll trim during the fizz warp, and it ironed out on its own. I've been landing jets in Kerbal on a modded aircraft carrier using its wide wheelbase to my advantage, stopping drifting to a stop. Jesus. It does have quite a wide wheelbase, but then the actual plane did, that we kind of modeled it around, so I kind of don't want to move it around too much. It's fine. No, we'll just decrease the amount of braking. Because we can use the whole... what's it? Let's save this. So this is revision 2. So yeah, there's various things that you can do to change the area of lift. Something that you need to think about in a plane, in an aircraft, is they don't just stay straight like this, right? As you pitch up, the area of lift will move. So look, the area of lift actually moves quite far back in this at takeoff. And something else you need to consider is when you're pitching down, you don't want that area of lift to go in front of the center of mass, which it doesn't. So those are all things that you can that you need to figure out when you're doing airplane stuff, right? Something else you can kind of do to move that area of lift around is like change the angle of the wings, so you can move the angle up and that shifts it down. You can move it down. That will make it very unbalanced. That will want to fly upside down. The bigger the angle of the wing, the more it's gonna, you know, obviously shift up and down. So that sort of thing is something that you can do. You can also rotate it forward, and that also moves the area of lift around. So play around with those sort of things when you're designing it. Let's load up my save. Do not save. Those are some good hints. Yeah, once you kind of like play around with that, it does become a lot easier to kind of like realize where things are. Like how you can make small, minute changes to something so that it flies true. Like I said, this is the best thing I think I've ever built. Something that I built fairly recently was this. This is supposed to be an F4. And you can see here I've angled the wings. I've actually angled them down because the area of lift in this needs to be below the center of mass so that you can bank and turn easier because it's a fighter. This looks nice. I'm not so keen on this. Yeah, I'm not that keen on it. I think it's okay. I know I can do better. I know I can do better. I think my favorite is what we designed. Again, like pitching up. In fact, at some point when you're pitching down in this craft, the area of lift actually goes in front of the center of mass. But that's okay in a fighter jet. That's what it's designed for. It's supposed to be maneuverable. Another jet that I've got, that I built, was the F-18 as well. This was quite a while ago now. I think if I were to do this again, I would do it differently. But again, you've got your... So in this one, I put the area of lift above the center of mass. That makes it incredibly agile, and that area of lift doesn't move around when I'm tilting it. That was the main thing I did with this, but I did this a long time ago. I think this one was designed around one that EJSA did. I think he did something similar, and I kind of like built it at the same time that he streamed it for like a Wings Wednesday. So I kind of built it in tandem to his. So I think it looks very similar, if I can remember. I think he did one. And then this one, which doesn't work. This plane doesn't. But again, the area of lift, center of mass is correct. Very close to each other. When you want to do like space planes and stuff, so with my space plane, we could do the dovetail. This is all stuff that I designed a long time ago, because I haven't really touched space planes that much. I haven't really done like space planes and things that much now, or planes. But yeah, for this, I have the area of lift below the center of mass, but I've got strakes here. These tailwinds to kind of, and these things, and that helps it not bank over when it's coming in for landing. The area of lift is below the center of mass for this on purpose. And this actually flies really well. This is an SSTO. So yeah, it all depends on what you're doing, Darth. What you want to build. And there are different reasons, good and bad, for having area of lift in different places. I think the thing that I would recommend is to just play around with it, and it becomes intuitive after a while. You kind of start to understand it, like the more you just mess around with it. Like all of Kerbal, right? Oh. It does take off by itself. Control from here. I don't need you to control from there. But yeah, this is not the most stable aircraft. Mainly because it's not designed to be stable during long duration flight. You're supposed to be able to like bank up and do like high G maneuvers and that sort of stuff. See what I mean? Like pitch up, afterburners on. It does actually fly quite well. This is really difficult to land, actually. You really have to focus when you're landing this. We'll see if we can land this. Do I have an action group for flaps, though? Did I set that up? Negative. Oh, well. Landing without flaps. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. Okay, kill off the speed. Ah, touchdown. Can you make it under the bridge? I have done it once with this. It's difficult. I'm not a very good pilot. No, I'm not. I have to do it from the other way. I'm not a very good pilot, right? I've done it once. Oh, I'm going too fast. Too fast! Power, 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 power! No, we lost the wing! I can get under the bridge. I believe that was the question, right? Can I now safely land? Cannot deploy landing gear while stowed. Huh. We don't need that anyways. See? Landed. Perfect. Yeah, that's interesting that that didn't deploy. Cannot deploy landing gear while stowed. Is it inside a fairing? It is. It's inside a fairing. I see. Still intact engines too. I see this as an absolute win. It's happening to me, I think, because of the new update. It happened to me too, because it's the new, so it's the new update. But I mean, like, the thing that really confused me there was that I'd already, like, retracted them and I extended them once, but yeah, that was weird. Hey Will, how are you, by the way? Anyway, this isn't what we were supposed to be doing today. I wanted to test my other thing, but now I want to... Do you know what I need? I need to do it in this... Yeah, so the landing gear... Thought we were playing Minecraft. Got the Minecraft music on. Did I deploy the gear? I did not. Come on, land. Brake. Brake! Okay, we're good. Made it. Perfect landing. I didn't fall off the runway. Anyway, that's beside the point. I obviously still need to tweak this aircraft. Especially if I'm going to be using that in mission mode, which I will be. Right, let's go and load this jet up, and we're going to do a long duration flight out to the desert. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go fly all the way out to the desert. Actually, do you know what I want to do first? I want to add a couple of struts. How do I, is it here that we change this? Parachute. We don't need the EVA thing, do we? Utility. Where is the little things that they use for? Is it the cargo maybe? Stamp Otron ground anchor. Aha. Oh, okay. Securely show your affection for gravity, then clamping yourself to it. Okay, so let's go and take that with us. We'll have 2. And what is that? Oh, these new... You know what? I haven't seen these new solar panels. Ooh! I've not seen those yet. Nice. Sorry, I'm going down a rabbit hole here, aren't I? Don't the Kerbals need a tool, though, to be able to make this work, to deploy that? Where's the tool that they need? Wing tied downs, yeah. Tool might be KAS, not stock. I'm sure there's a tool. There's all sorts of like things that the Kerbals. Oh wait, here it is. Jetpack EVA repair kit. I think I need the repair kit, right? To make these changes. Think it's the repair kits. I don't know if they are single-use items either. Jetpack, cylinders, EVA experiments. Yeah, so it must be the repair kit. Huh. Maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong with that, but may as well take them anyway. Ah. There for the repair, engineers can move parts just as they are. All they need is a spacesuit. Okay. I really wish it wouldn't do that. So irritating. Well, either way, we should always have repair kits, right, in the craft at all times. Can I also fill? Just accept a bunch of Kerbals real quick. Fill. Fill. But we don't want people inside the lander cans, which there aren't anyone. Cool. We may as well get the pilots actually flying this, right? Might not be a bad idea. Because I know... Oh, every single Kerbal is going to have one of those. They don't need that. This is going to be a pain in the ass. They don't really need the parachutes either, to be fair. I don't know how this would change the center of mass, because I know the Kerbals have mass now, right? Permission to show a screenshot. Of course, go for it. You can post it in the chat here, or you can put it in our Discord. Multiple places. Let's have a look. Okay, nice. Yeah, you see, this is all fancy fairings that I don't have. You don't need animal. Stop adding commands. I didn't even know that that was a... You don't need a permit here. Yeah. Animal just randomly adds commands to my chat. I think we deleted that animal. I've gone through and I've deleted a lot of commands because we just had too many. This shows the internal fairing thing. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, I don't know how you figure that out. That's all foreign stuff to me. That looks like a completely different game than what I'm playing right now. Making the stuff in vanilla like you're doing is a lot harder. Do you think? I definitely find the extra challenge of building this sort of thing in vanilla. Like, I do find that challenge. I find that challenge fun. One of the reasons, I mean, when I first started playing Kerbal, I used to play mods, but only small mods like the base one, and I'm trying to think what else. Kerbal attachment system, inventory system, and things like that. But as I progressed, I realized that there was actually more of a challenge in playing the game without mods, and that was kind of like what I wanted to do more anyway. I wanted the challenge, and I wanted to discover learning things. My plane's looking holy shit. Well, yeah, this plane here I think is the best plane I've ever designed. Ever. By a long way. I haven't done very many plane stuff. I'm better at like well, my space plane stuff, I was very good at. I think my space planes kind of taught me how to build aircraft itself. But this, pretty much all we did yesterday. The VOD's not on YouTube yet. The VOD will still be on Twitch anyway. But all we did yesterday is we had a few reference images of the plane that I was interested in. The jetliner, Avro jetliner. And we had a few reference images, and I kind of built the fuselage first. That was the hardest bit, like getting the fairings to work correctly. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 fairings on this, right? So I broke it down into segments. I did the tail first, this bit. I got that tail shape right. Then I built the central fuselage, like that third. And then the final bit, which was the hardest bit, was the nose cone and the cockpit. There's 2 fairings there. Let's get the trim level right. Space Planes in vanilla was my biggest challenge to make an SSTO. It didn't get there. I think my first Space Planes that I did were... well, one of them was inspired by Matt Lone, because he used to do a lot of Space Planes when I was doing Space Planes. So one of them was inspired by one of his Space Planes. And like, he kind of taught me a few of the basic tricks, and then I have gradually learnt more about it, and I was able to do bigger, better space planes and stuff. But I never use my space planes anymore, because I've kind of gone into realistic rocket designs and things like that. I'm quite proud of my Soyuz. My Soyuz rocket is awesome. That's completely stock. I've got obviously the Kerbal variant of it, and I've also got a cargo variant. Okay, we're at cruising altitude. Let's kick into time warp. Whoa. There we go. I think we got it. Stable. Take the fuel in drop tanks, animal. Not sure if it's still an SSTO. No, it's not, because you have stages. Yeah, my first space plane I designed had drop tanks. I needed drop tanks. An SSTO that made it to a 70k orbit. Adding more fuel immediately made it incapable of exiting the atmosphere. Yeah, it's not as simple with SSTOs as just adding more fuel. You need to make sure you've got the efficiency right. You need to have the flight profile correct. No drop tanks, etc. Yeah. Use 2 fairings for the cockpit. I was wondering how you got that look. Yes. 2 fairings, and I've also got 2 Mach 1 cockpits. So this fairing here is actually at a slant. Alright, so this fairing here, that one is at a curve. Oops. Yeah, so the belly of that line is supposed to line up with the fuselage there, and then this bit drops down, and then this is like the nose cone. So it does make a kind of an ugly shape here that I couldn't get rid of, but I like it. I like it. Looks good, well done. Yeah, it took that took the longest time, was getting the cockpit right. Buzz, how's it going, my dude? Yeah, getting the cockpit right was the thing that took the longest time. I still don't know what the range is on this craft, actually. We haven't kind of tweaked it that much. So the fact that I can kind of leave it and it will happily sit here in 4 times time warp without, like, I am making slight corrections to the flight. It's still not quite happy when it comes to the roll program and stuff. But altitude-wise, it's fine. One of the things I don't know how to do is getting an internal attachment node for the inside. Internal attachment node. So, how do you mean? Like getting the attachment nodes inside the fairings for, like, to attach other things inside the fairings? So I used these, there's multiple ways of doing it. I use these cubic octagonal struts everywhere, and then attach the things to them. So is this the thing that drops the other space? No, it goes to space. No, this is just this is a jet. This is an Avro jetliner mock-up. We built it yesterday. So this will take crew out to the desert for launching crew from there. Crew launches from the desert they have to fly out from the KSC using this plane. But I'm testing it. I'm not sure whether I will be doing it. I don't know whether it's going to be too much of a time sink or not, but yeah. Placing a fairing to say... wait. Placing a fairing to say the back of a cockpit won't let me. Because the cockpit is surface detachable, thus preventing the nose. Yeah, so basically you have to build the fairings first and then add things after the fact. And my fairings are attached to the nodes each other. So this is my key point. So I had an I-beam. The way we built it, I think the best way to do it is to kind of watch the VOD, because you kind of see my thought process fairly well. I think with that we're way off track. You will be. Well, like I said, I will upload the VOD onto my YouTube channel. I put all my VODs on there. So, you can watch it. You can watch it on YouTube. I think it's better to watch VODs on YouTube, I think, because the video playback is better than Twitch. I've never been a fan of the Twitch VOD system. But yeah, pretty much my process was build the fuselages. Then we added things like the cabins, the window, these sort of things, these crew cabins. We've also got the cockpits that we added in. We've got the lander can for an external door so that they can actually exit the craft. Then I added in the tail, the rear tail. Whoops, what was that? Oh, I'm hitting control by mistake. I see. I bet it's on my mouse. I was like, why are we dropping in power? What is happening? So then I built this tail stuff here. And I built, like, the way I did it, I got the girders to measure out the length of the plane, the wingspan. We had a look at what the IRL plane length and wingspan is. This isn't quite to scale, so that my wingspan is a lot shorter than the IRL version, but I didn't need it to be as long, because the IRL plane has a huge wingspan. The wingspan's actually longer than the length of the fuselage. I think I've got a command for the YouTube channel. I think Nightbot has a command. I might have deleted it, actually. I can't remember. So what's the mission for this plane in the end? You said something about desert. Yeah, so the idea is it's going to remain active. So I'll never recover this plane. And it will be flying between the desert and KSC, ferrying Kerbals to and from. So if they've got a launch that's supposed to happen in the desert in my mission mode save, banana. Socials, YouTube, Superman. Hey Storm, how's it going, my dude? Maybe I need an exclamation point socials command that just lists like Discord, Twitter, and YouTube. YouTube would be #1, I think, because that's where all the VODs are. Relatively stable even at four times. It is. I'm really happy with it. I think it's doing really well. We're going across the equator, which is never the best way to fly. The most inefficient way, but I kind of want to do this inefficiently. Kath wins. Did he? Is that when Kath won the internet one day? It looks like we're playing Minecraft in that clip, so I'm kind of interested to what. No, that looks like Jim's village from the thumbnail. I'm okay, just getting dinner at work. Popped in to say hello. Well, hello. Landing. Which clip is that? Is that the one where I first land a booster? Is that my first ever landing on of a booster? See, we haven't done that sort of stuff in a long time. Booster landings and things. We're about halfway. Yeah, hope dinner and work is good, yeah. I am having to do slight manual inputs to this. It's not flying 100% stable. But that being said, we're at 4 times fizz warp, so I kind of expect it not to be 100% stability. Should land one on the barge in the ocean. I've not tried that, Buzz. The problem I think I would have with that is, #1, I'd have to build the barge. #2, I don't think Kerbal is really best suited for the finite maneuvering burns that you need for the boost back burn, or the entry burn, to line up the craft. I don't think it's quite vanilla stock. I don't think you can quite do that accurately enough. That being said, if I practice and I figured it out, then maybe I would, but that would take a long time to do that. I'll be honest, I wouldn't use the booster, the landing booster, in my mission mode save anyway, so. Oh, also we should be in this. We should be in this scene. I think it's hard as lining up. I think it's as hard as lining up with the runway. No, the runway's way easier, Animal. You're going a lot slower with the runway, whereas when you're coming to land back on a barge, you're fast. Some insane person probably has. Yeah, some insane person probably. I know EJ tried it once when he was doing, like, when he was building his boost back booster in stock. So I know he tried it. That was about 3 years ago though. But I don't know whether he's ever succeeded to landing on the barge. The thing with landing at the KSC, there's a large area of like flat land. So I never land like at the exact landing area. I can't land back on the pad, for instance. Like, it's always within the vicinity of the it's always within the vicinity of what do you call it? Within the vicinity of the KSC. Also, runway is 2D, but you're coming in from relatively... Yeah, I guess so. Right, now we're going to get to an issue where I don't actually know where the desert runway is here. We've only used 50% fuel, which is actually pretty good. It's somewhere over to the left. But I think what I'm going to do is we'll fly over it and then we'll bank around and we'll come in on a landing angle because we've got plenty of fuel in this to have a flyover. Just over the Lonely Mountain. Am I heading directly for it? This Lonely Mountain here? Anyway, like I said, I will be able to see it. At least I hope I will. And we'll have to line up with the runway anyway. I think it might be the left one, this Lonely Mountain, maybe? Or is it that over there in the distance? That'll be this Lonely Mountain over there in the distance, right? We're not close enough yet. Some good shots you made some time back. Yeah, I think it'll be that over there in the distance. Has a little secret this side of the mountain range. I know there's a secret up here, isn't there? That's where the KSC-2 is. I really wish that that was operational, actually. I wish we could launch things from there and that had like an active runway and things. Then we could have the desert launch complex and this complex, which that's on the equator. So that would be really cool to have it from. I think it's up here. I think it's in that little crevice in there. It's been a while since I've been there. Mods. Yeah, I know. I don't play mods that often. Hence me laughing. Yeah, a lot of people laugh at me for not playing mods. It's like, oh, you're missing out on so much, Womble. It's like, because... like, sometimes I'm like, oh, I really wish that this was a thing, and I really wish this was a thing. And it's like, well, you could just do that with mods. It's like, damn it. I know, but... it's nice to see a vanilla play. Well, that's another reason I kind of want to keep with vanillas, because I know that there's not very many people that just do vanilla anymore in Kerbal. I was laughing at you. You were laughing at me! How dare you! I think... like I said, I'm gonna do a flyover. I think it's around here. Is that looks like a runway down here. Do we know what bearing the runway's actually on? 32 months! Jesus! Is that a runway? No, that's a runway though. Do we know what bearing the runway's on? Is it, is it, north-south, yeah, 180. It is 180. Interesting. That's actually a really short runway. That is scary, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to land on that. Just looks like a line in the sand. Yep. Again, I kind of wish that I could upgrade these places around here. In stock. Alright, let's start our decline. And we'll throttle back, reduce speed, and then bank over and come in for a landing. This far, no further. And I will make them pay for what they have done. The line must be drawn here. Sorry. This thing got a ridge rogue? No. Kind of lost sight of it. Oh, I know what we should be doing right now. We should be coming out of time warp. I was wondering why we were going so quick. I've got thrust reversers. I do have thrust reversers. I don't know whether I want to use them though. We'll see. Now, is it runway 00 or 36? Runway 00, right? They don't do runway 36. Or do they? I actually don't know. I think what I need to do, I need to put like a flag out on the at the desert, so that we can, so I have a marker. Because all I see right now is just orange. I think it's here, but I'm not sure. All I see is sand. 00 is not used. Okay, I was wrong. Maybe you should build some sort of tower. Don't tempt me. No, I think just putting like a way marker flag out on at the beginning of the runway. You had no idea? It's a question I've looked up before, so I should have known. So coming in on runway 36 at the Desert Launch Complex. Prepare for final approach. Deploy flaps. Let's get our airspeed down. Go to 10 degrees. And now I need to focus. A tower that is launched from the KSC and suborbital hops into place here. I don't think I would do suborbital hopping. I think if I was gonna build infrastructure here, I think I would like load it onto like a guppy or something. Like build a guppy aircraft. That could be quite fun to do. So I think I would do it aircraft style. Yeah, I see it now. Actually, do you know what we need to do? We need to have the terrain altimeter up. Oh, I haven't deployed my flaps. Wait a sec, why are the flaps inverted right now? Huh. No wonder I wasn't slowing down. I was like, why am I not slowing down? Let's have flaps out all the way. Deploying landing gear. It's a tad faster than the real deal. Here is your Concorde style plane. Nice. I mean, I could do a Concorde style plane. If I wanted to, but like I said, this is the best plane I've ever designed, ever. I'm kind of attached to it. Okay, I need to focus.
D, you're a darling, and E, you're exciting, and F,
I don't know who that host was, but you're a dick. I'm kidding. Kath! I knew it was Kath! I knew it was Kath! Okay, well, we might need a little bit more runway to brake and stop. Hey gaming, how's it going, my dude? It has 144 passenger capacity without counting in the cockpit part. Nice. Nice landing, thank you. I did run out of runway a little bit though. Did run out of runway just a tad. But yeah, that was a good landing. See, now really, we're running on sand, so realistically here, we would be struggling to do all sorts. Okay, let's park up the plane. Luckily it's flat here and the runway doesn't just end in the ocean. Yeah, well, I think the island runway, I don't think this thing would land there. I don't think this thing would land at the island runway. And like, I mean, we could have a button just to have reverse thrust to help slow us down. Because we can turn these into reverse thrust, right? So we could do that. Thanks for the host, gaming. No, running in the sand, no. The engines wouldn't be happy. The gear wouldn't be happy. Because it would beach, I would imagine. Or parachutes. Yeah, like, you know better. You know better, we don't do parachutes. Why would we have parachutes? You know better than that. Yeah, I do kind of wish that we could... It's actually a really short runway here. Yeah. Parachutes are the meta. Yeah, we don't just put... Yeah, it is metagaming away. I haven't actually really explored this whole area. That much. Cool. Okay, so... Is it still sliding? So it does like to slide. I think the only way to really stop that slide is to get rid of the landing gear. Annoyingly. Let's test. Shut down these engines. VTOLs for the win. I wish I was smart enough to design a VTOL. I really do. Let's get Bill out. Oh, Bill apparently has one of those. Thanks, game. Oh, actually, all the Kerbals do actually have parachutes. Let's transfer Bill. Transfer him to here. Right, where is Bill? Let's do an EVA. Oh, that's Bob. Why does he have... Bang. See, eventually what I want with this is I want a stairway up to there so that the Kerbals can walk in and out. What I do want, though, is... Your inventory needs to come up. Oh, of course. Right, let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. We don't need that. Let's put these in his inventory. Oh, he can't carry any more than just one. Okay. Okay, so that's awkward. Alright, how do we deploy these? Aha, okay. Space to place, right? So now... Nice. Hey, Sucky, how's it going? Where is that strut? Want that in your inventory, please. Bob, Bill, whoever your name is. Let's have a look, see if we can... Wait a second, let's just grab this into your inventory, please. Excellent. Because I want to see if I can actually make this strut happen. So how do I deploy this strut then? How do we deploy the strut? Is that science mode? We're actually in... We're not in science mode at the moment. We're in simulator mode. How do I deploy the strut then? No mods. Mode. Yeah. This isn't. No, this isn't science mode. This is sandbox. How do I strut? Oh, wait, hold on. No? There is a button to activate the engineering thing. What is the button? Telling me that there is a button. And then not telling me what the button is a dick move. Top right. Oh, interesting discovery. Apparently. Discovered an extremely early rocket design in Kerbin. Action groups. Oh, wait, what's this? Hello! Okay, thank you. So then I need this to that. It does not connect. Okay. So can we do it from here to there? Nope. Yeah, so they won't connect up. That, I presume that's because... I presume this is because... Can we uninstall this? I take this apart? Needs to be the same vessel. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Well, that sucks. I mean, we kind of knew that that was what was going to happen. I can't get back in. Here's how to strut.
Hello.
Wow, Kath. Wow. Oh, look. Look, that's my new screenshot. It's cool, right? That's the plane. I took that yesterday. That's of this exact plane that we're flying now. No, I think when we're parked up then, I think the best way, it's a stupid way to do it. But unfortunately, I think the best way is to, I didn't want that. Stop it. I think the best way is just to retract the landing gear. Because it's the landing gear that break, right? Can I pick up part? I can pick up part. Oh, exceed Kerbal carry capacity. Are you kidding me, dude? Like, this is one of the more annoying things in the game. The carry capacity is very frustrating. Pick up part. Guess would need to dock to it somehow. That's not a bad idea. It's either that or we just retract the landing gear and then it's not going to move around. Oops, nearly. Anything and everything at once? Absolutely they should. Up. It's like he grabs the ladder and then... Never mind. We'll just recover Bill. We'll leave him at the desert. He's left there now. He's stranded there. This tutorial. Yeah, I'm not clicking that link, sir. Right, so landed at Kerbin, so that's here. So let's fly it. You're not sorry, don't lie. That's done. So yeah, so I think just retracting the landing gear is such a stupid thing. Oh, but now that doesn't deploy. So this could be an issue if we can't reload it and then the landing gear will... I balked it, yeah. Can't deploy while stowed. It's not stowed. I mean, it's hardly in the fairing. Maybe if we reload it again. Let's see what the other one does. See if I can get the landing gear to deploy on the other one. So this is the flight that we did yesterday. So this is like an old iteration of the craft. I wonder if it's an issue when you load, like unload and then reload a craft. No? So that's fine. All right, let's reload the other craft. Which is this one. It's the sand affecting it. Yeah, cannot deploy while stowed. So this could be an issue then, if we can't deploy that landing gear after we've unloaded and reloaded the craft. I don't know how we could fix this. I mean, I guess we can clip it out of the fairing a little bit. You don't need it for takeoff. Well, actually yesterday, I had an issue with this landing gear up at the front. It wouldn't redeploy. So I'm like on my first attempt. So we landed the craft without the landing gear at the front and it survived. The whole craft survived. Use your takeoff gear. I guess we could clip this out a little bit more so that it's not in the fairing as much. Because I think over 50% of it is in the fairing, but like I said, I wasn't having issues with this during the flight. Like, we retracted the gear during flight, and we've extended it during flight. It's just when we've unloaded the craft and then reloaded it. And we also added those struts in onto the parts, right? Let's see if we can get another scientist out. Maybe I should have kept Bill here. Whoops. Okay, well. How do I meant to do that. The problem is now it's not going to... Can I snap? Oh, I can snap. Okay. It'll just pull the whole thing off. Yes. Yep. Okay, let's try that. Cannot deploy while stowed. I'll be in just a bit. Yeah, okay. No, it's no rush. I need to go and get some coffee as well, actually. Yeah, there's no rush. I'm kind of trying to fix this. The front gear first and then the rear. We could try that. It's not, this isn't aligned correctly anyway. Huh. It... Yeah, will not extend. It's not aligned correctly at all. How about that? It's not. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like this. I don't like the this whole system is balked. Now will it open? No. It considers itself inside the fairing even when it's completely out of the fairing. So we're gonna have to figure out a way of attaching the landing gear without it actually being inside the fairing. Okay. Okay, well, I'll come back to this another day. We'll come back to this another day. We've got Phoenix now anyway. I'll have to think about that. Let's write that down in the notes. Redeploy. Yeah, irritating. Not sure what to do with that. Anyway, sorry, I was writing that down. Okie dokie, chat. This is the end of Kerbal for today. I'm gonna go and really quickly go and get something to eat. We'll be back in a sec with Phoenix. Phoenix, right? If you don't know what Phoenix is, if you're coming in for the first time, you haven't seen Phoenix streams, they're really fun. Me and 3 of my mods voice act a lot of the parts. It's really it's fun. It's a good time. So stick around. I'll be back.